Hello! Don't forget to include your audio, my friend. Thank God, because this is going to be a long-ass weekend because, well, with Haseo out the picture, I'm streaming all 8 streams. For some reason, my Xbox is the only one that will allow to include audio because Phil and Dave last night even tried to stream from their personal Twitches and it wouldn't include the audio, so that's fun. And, yeah, I don't really know what else to say. True. Now, don't give the game away too soon, because nothing is confirmed. However, yes, we do have some very special guests confirmed for the Heritage Festival, because, well, shall we start an intro whilst we get ready, Scotty? Well, there's no time like the present. Welcome all to FTC RTV. I am your host, Mr. Gage. My co-host, Mr. Haseo, is celebrating National Norway Day. I didn't even know that was a thing. So, he's going to be absent, and that is a true shame because, Scotty, do you know why today, above any other Friday, is quite special? Yes, sign yourself up because I will give a hint. One of the events for tomorrow, in fact, between 6 and 8 p.m. BST, we will have a special guest in the commentator's booth of a Mr. Flying Taco. Maybe. So, hope. Now, I'm not saying it's confirmed because he's still having to check stuff out, but it's looking like it's good. So the grid is getting ready for race 1 of 3 here tonight. Now, tonight we've got some fantastic races here at Silverstone. This one is going to be 18 laps going from light rain, partly cloudy to thunder and lightning round the national circuit, which means only one thing. It's going to be carnage. However, there's no pit stops. Are you ready, Scotty, for my inaugural say? Oh, no, they're having a restart. Never mind. Scotty, are you sure you've included your audio? Yeah, Jax is saying I'm in a party solo. That's not good. Okay, I'm gonna... Yeah, Scotty, I'm gonna make a new party. Okay? Yes, in fairness, I do have company, but the thing is... Well, it's been a bit tricky. Scotty, you there? Nope. Scotty is having now party issues. That's fantastic, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Well, anyway, we're getting ready for the off, and we should be getting ready.
Right, hopefully this is working now, because if it's not, we're going to start missing the first race.
It's working! It's working! Thank Christ. Are you ready, Scotty?
Yeah, let's get into this.
Lights out, away we go here at Silverstone. In fairness, makes a rockety start off the line with Starlight just on his side. Starlight has the inside line, but in fairness on the outside. Now, with this being race 4, some of the drivers have changed their cars, but others have stayed the same. Like, for example, Starlight and in fairness have changed their vehicles, so it'll be interesting to see if Star makes a dive for the lead.
Yeah, it's all chaotic. We've got a reverse championship order, except for those that are competing in their first round. They're at the back too, so the quick people are in the middle and towards the back, so we see the field very clustered up. I believe that's Ren now looking to take the lead from Infernus. He gets up the inside as we head to Luffield now, and we can see Mesosphere looking to the outside now.
Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. The Lord and Saviour of Spicy Pizzeria himself, Mr. Mesosphere, has granted us his presence and is leading a charge to the lead after you just saw him dominate a charge to first place, pardon my English, along with Banana. Yes, they are back. Genji is back in the house. Currently in third place behind Star, so Star is in a sandwich. No, I don't want to leave. Your silly game. Dapper Turtle is also here. Nice to see them here. Here comes Sakura in the Clio. That Clio, as we know for the first 3 races at least, is very good. And oh, in fairness, is being bumped, bashed and bumped around in that little Pontiac of his. But I have to say, a very special little shout out to Mr. 12th place at the moment, Mr. Belgian Waffle Racing himself, Effish Gens, is back racing with FTC RTV. He has come out of retirement for one last hurrah before he starts his new job, because, well, it's going to put him out of commission, so it's going to be nice to see him back. However, things are going to be heating up, so let's go back to some of the right races in first. As you can see, Mesa is leading the charge in that Honda S2000, one of the screamers of the engine universe, and quite so. Crow just made an overtake for 7th place, doing very well, should I say, as all him and Carver doing a huge dive, going a bit too late on the brakes, closely followed by Jubert. Behind Carver, Crow going. Oh, Crow has changed cars as well. He's gone from the Hula Girl to. Is that a Camaro? Yes, that is a Camaro. Early 2000 Camaro. But here comes Carver on the inside. Carver making to look the move stick behind Robin, who is still in the Duke. That's a bit of a surprise.
Indeed. Crow trying to look for a way past. Can they get the power down coming out of the field? And not enough to get a run on Robin. Let's head through Woodcote now. Down the start-finish straight on this short national course. 18 laps here. Crow to the inside of
Crow
Cops
goes
now.
for the dive.
And Carver looking to follow through. And also Joubert looking to take advantage.
Star goes off in the background, you could just see there, going very wide on turn 1. Crow and Carver side by side into turn 3 of this circuit.
And Carver gets the position on Crow back. That's P6 now for him. And Robin looking to try and get
along with Jubert as well. Here comes Robin tucking in behind Crow. Jubert looking for an opportunity past Robin, but that's looking very unlikely considering that he doesn't just have to get past Robin, he has to get past Crow as well. Crow is a little bit behind Carver now, so it's unlikely for a dive bomb, but that Camaro looks like it's built a lot more for corners than it is for straight line speed.
And Jubert got a bit on the grass on the exit of the field, so it's dropped back a little bit as Effis is trying to find a way past Infernus just a little further back to get into the top 10. We'll have to see how that battle develops.
Let's see how this plays out, because Infernus currently in 10th with the Belgian and the Australian closely behind. This is a battle of the Pontiacs. However, Jubert gets a horrible exit into turn 3 on the straight, and that allows Infernus to slowly walk up beside him. Will Infernus be brave on the brakes? No, he won't. Will he try for a switch back? Will he try? He tries, but Jubert has a little bit more cornering speed than they are able to muster. That is a shame, but Infernus is certainly sticking on the inside of Jubert, as now he has the proper racing line. Jubert trying to shut the door on his face as we're already on lap 6 of 18. Laps are going tumbling like dominoes down the stairs now. Scotty, any interesting battles on your end?
Yeah, we've got Carver trying to get P5 from Secure. They had a look at the inside of Brooklands. Now they're going up the inside as we head into Maggots and Beckett's. But Secure just holding on for now. Carver's got a tighter line through Beckett's onto the Wellington straight. Secure's run out wide.
Sakura, big F for Sakura, who went on the grass.
The question is...
And here comes Crow looking to capitalise.
Yeah, Crow goes for the dive into Brooklands, can get stopped. Not quite. Secure goes for the cutback. He squeezes Crow on the exit. They come together a slight bit, but they get back under control. And Secure will hold on to P6 for now, if he can get the exit. And now it's a drag race down the start-finish straight.
Oh, they are certainly pushing, they're trying. Crow's got the inside though, which will help him. Star saying this thing is a death trap, it doesn't turn. You should have stayed with your old Mustang. Oh, and here comes Sakura on the attack again of Crow, still side by side through Maggots and Beckett's, whilst we're on lap 7 here.
And it looks like Crow's got the move done for now, or can Sakura find a way back through. It looks like he's got a little bit more momentum as they come down the Wellington straight, but he's a bit earlier on the brakes.
Crow's trying to shut the door the best he can to avoid any sneaky little moves. Sakura's looking all over that inside, but Crow has got it covered off like a manhole cover. Oh! A little bit of twitch.
It looks like Crow lifted out there. He was sliding the whole way through the field.
That was to purely avoid an accident.
Yeah, it looks like Crow just struggling with the rear end.
Exo Rallin in chat. Hello, Exo. How are you? Crow seemingly not happy about Sakura's attack and is looking for that. However, Robin and Jubert, I believe, are very close behind, and they will certainly be looking to take apart their dominance, should I say. Moving further up, Mesa is still the person to beat right now with, well, what might I say, a fantastic Predator livery. I mean, look at that paint. Oof! Sexy spicy dear!
Meanwhile, Crow's trying to get Secure once again. He's got to the inside coming out of the field. And once again, they're side by side down the start-finish straight. Will be a repeat of last time round. Crow laid on the brakes, Secure early on the brakes, trying to get better exit. Both of them running out wide, so does Robin in the background.
Here comes Sakura though, and Sakura will have the inside line, but no, Crow shuts the door on them. Running wide in the process, here comes the Alpine Renault, but doesn't get the horsepower down. Crow manages to hold on to 6th place as we keep this little convoy of trains going. As Juba, as we can see, if we just go one behind, is on the attack of Robin like you would not believe. Robin runs very wide in that super heavy Duke, and that allows Juba to slowly edge themselves past on the inside line. Starlight saying he's slow. Star, has any settings of yours reset? And that's why you're slow? Yay, yes, no, yes, no.
Or maybe you're just struggling in the rain. But the rain has stopped for now. However, we're meant to have a bit more later on in the race. If I check the weather forecast. We had light rain to start off this race. We've now just got some cloud cover, but there's some rain and thunder expected towards the end of this race. So the track may start to dry out a slight bit, but in a couple of minutes time it'll be soaking once again.
Now that is an interesting argument, Scott, because obviously we all know some drivers prefer it when it rains, some drivers prefer it when it's dry. Which one are you? Do you prefer it when it's wet, or do you prefer it when it's dry?
I don't really have a preference, but I certainly do like having the odd rain race. It makes it more challenging, and to me that's just more interesting then.
So, hypothetical scenario, right? Say you and your rival, you and your rival, who are very, very closely knit on times.
Yeah.
And you were given one race, and it was either in the wet or the dry. What would you take, and why?
It depends on how the other races had been that year. If most of them had been dry, I'd go for a wet race to change things up. But meanwhile, Sakura's got a little bit slidey as the rain and thunder has arrived. Andrew Burt's looking to the inside as they come out of the field.
Oh, it's really starting to pile on the weather now. Jubert looks like he is one of those who prefers the wet weather and slides past Sakura. But Jubert gets a little bit of a twitch.
Yeah, it's much wetter now than it was at the first stage of the race. So there's going to be more puddles that the drivers are going to have to be careful of. And we'll see how they all adapt.
Jubert certainly all over the rain now, as that Clio obviously does not like the wet. Robin, why are you typing in chat? That's terrifying. Do not type in chat.
So Sakura in a short wheelbase car, probably just finding these conditions a little bit more twitchy and unsettling than others. But if we head further up, Carver is starting to close in on Dapper Turtle for P4 as they head into Cops Corner. Dapper sliding out wide through Cops, and Carver just having much more grip, can carry much more speed, and looks like he's got the move done as they head into Maggots and Beckett's. Dapper not giving up though with the inside. Can Carver hold it round the outside? He can indeed, but Dapper just has the acceleration out of the corner and pulls ahead. So that,
I will say, big respect to Dapper for the Greg's livery. That is 10 out of 10. If you're from the UK, you will know why that is a 10 out of 10 livery right there.
So in just the lap that I've been watching this battle, I can tell Dapper's got a car that's not got a lot of grip, but has a lot of acceleration. You can just see it out of the corners.
Well, it does weigh the same as a P, so...
Yeah, out of the corners he pulls away like a half-second gap but through the corners you can just see he struggles so much. Car just sliding, not being able to carry a lot of speed, and Carver just closes right back up.
That same weight giving him that advantage is also hindering him, so that's why this is such a good series for testing out your metal and seeing what you can do. Speaking of which, secondary question for you, Scotty, as we have 5 laps remaining on race 1 of 3 here. Would you prefer to have a car that has great acceleration and top speed and slightly poor handling, or would you rather have less performance on the straights, well, to the point where people could overtake you, but then zippy through the corners?
Driving wise, I'd go for the faster in the corners, but in terms of racing, I'd go with more of the acceleration faster on the straights, because it's so much easier to pass people on straights and hold the people that are fast in the corners up. As we're starting to see here, Carver just really struggling to find a way past Dapper, because every corner, if Dapper's got his car placed correctly, Carver just has to slow down to his pace through the corners.
Which is considerably lower than what Carver is capable of. Star saying, oh my god, the understeer. Well, Star, why don't you try lift off oversteer, where you brake earlier for the corner. Oh, his controller disconnected. Can we have an F in chat for Starlight, please? But no, would you like to know why today is also a bit of a special day, apart from the new people appearing in this race?
Go on.
Today marks day 1 of 3 of a birthday bashathon, where we are celebrating FTC's 2nd birthday of the racing side, at least, should I say.
But I mentioned that when you first brought this up.
I know, but now I'm seeing it as a 3-day birthday bashathon, so shut up! Because it will nicely segue into the break, because we've only got 3 laps remaining.
Oh, Dapper's run out wide here, and Carver's got to the inside. But I think Dapper's just going to fly back past as we head down the Wellington Straight.
Dapper is going to fly past.
But that's the first thing. The thing here for Dapper is Carver's so much faster in the corners, he just has to stick to his own limits and not overdrive his car and make mistakes. That's what's going to let Carver past, and it looks like he might have just done that. Because Carver's just been much closer now and is actually able to get the move done in the corners. Even though...
So it looks like we've got our first DNF of the race, which is OBBG Star, or should I say now FTC Star, as Dapper just flies past Carver again on the straights. That little microbe is a pea, it's just poo!
Yeah, the thing is though, Carver's just that bit closer now, so at every corner they're closer to attack. They can, in the corner section with corners, they can pass Dapper sooner. It means Dapper has to do more work to get back past them.
Oh, they're touching through Magnussen, Beckett and onto the straight! But now Dapper can just walk away.
Yeah, it seems like he's fended this off enough for now, but he's got one more lap and a few more corners to keep control.
And you know Carver's going to be pushing. You know they're going to be pushing for that position. Now we enter the final lap of the race now, and things are getting spicy dicey, and Star's blaming me. Well, everyone blames me, Star, but do you want to know the best part? I don't care! So, we're currently on board with our leader, Mesosphere, who has had quite a unequivocal race. They've just gone out and destroyed it, as they do.
I would stick on Carver here. He's still got the inside of Dapper Turtle. But Dapper, very well, even despite having a lack of grip, held around the outside of Carver, so he couldn't get ahead. Dapper doing a great job, keeping his feet under control, not overstepping the limits.
Our winner, Mesosphere, crosses the line in first place. Banana Go Burr or Genji finishes up in second. Third will be Ren, but this will be the battle for fourth as Dapper just edges their way past Carver. There's nothing they can do. Ren crosses the line to take the last podium position. And then we see Carver barrel rolling to fifth place. Dapper finishes fourth. Crow is going to finish it up in sixth. Sakura in seventh. Juba in eighth. Robin going to finish up in ninth as, well, there goes Robin spinning through the air like a little pirouette. Infernus in 10th. Effis going to finish up in a toasty 11th. And Star being our DNF of the race. Star Arc is subpar. 4-0 is where it's at. And Gibbet says Uwu to you that. Robert says, not gonna lie, expected this race to go better for me. Robin, you're in a front wheel drive Duke. What do you expect? As we're just waiting for either Star to disconnect himself or, yeah. Dapper, you did fantastic. Very, very, very well done, my friend. So, Scotty, how was that race for you?
That was a good race. Some quick people got to the front early on and sort of drove away, but the midfield battle was still fairly close. It'll be interesting to see now. We've had a wet race. This next race is completely dry, still in the national layout. We've got another couple of laps because of that as well. It'll be interesting to see how the dynamics of all these cars change. You know, even though we've got the same grid order as that first race finish, so you think fast people are at the front, slow people are back, you know, there won't be much racing. Those people that were fast may not be as fast in the dry. Those who were slow may be quick in the wet, in the dry here. So hopefully that should change things up, and we should still see some great racing throughout the second race.
We should hope so. So, who actually surprised you during that race?
Well, we've got to give it to the newcomers, Mesa, Banana, Dapper, Carver. They all did well. But one thing I also want to mention that we haven't mentioned just yet is the PI handicap. If you give me...
Tell me, what is the PI handicap? And why do we have it?
Well, the PI handicap means top 5 people in the championship have less PI to work with. So their cars have to be a lower PI than everyone else's. And so that means they're generally going to be a little bit slower, because that's what Forza uses to determine how fast the cars are. The leader of the championship going into this round has 25 PI handicap. That is going to be Crow in their Camaro. Second is going to have a 20 PI handicap, so that is Ren and Secure, as they were tied going into this round. Third place then has a 15 at 45, I believe that's Robin. Fourth with a 10 PI handicap, that is Dubert. And then is a 5 PI handicap. So for Robin in fifth, the 15 PI handicap is for, if I find the list, it is for Snooty, but unfortunately Snooty is not with us tonight.
Okay. So, apparently to Robin, Crow is catfishing. I'm not even going to go there. Thank you, Star, for putting up the link in the chat. Yes, that is our Discord. Go and sign yourselves up, because apart from today, if you think this looks fun, over the weekend we have got 8 events over 15 hours of streaming this weekend we're going to do to kick off FTC's second birthday in the racing part, should I say. However, there is one thing we couldn't do without, and do you know what that is?
What is that? Metal.
Well, we haven't got the fancy graphic because Haseo decided to abandon us. But we can't thank enough once again our partners, Forza Comp GG, for their amazing support. They tweet out about us, they post us on Instagram, they scatterbomb our events throughout social media because they are the place of what's hot and what's not in all the known Forza Motorsport universe, and they are supremely kind to us in all the best ways. So thank you once again to Forza Comp GG whilst we're waiting for round 2 of 3 to just express how thankful we are, because we really do appreciate.
And Infernus has asked us how are we both doing well? So, are you doing well, Metal?
I'm stressed, I will tell you that much. I am stressed because organising 8 streams with guests without a co-host on last minute before a stream while being sleep deprived and not eaten already today. Yeah, I'm something, but all I can say is, Scotty, thank you for joining me, my cuddly little Irishman. I'm so glad you're here, otherwise I'd be alone, all on my own.
Pleasure as always. Always fun to come watch some Super Cup action alongside you. Unfortunately, no Hazio, as you mentioned, he's off to visit family.
For National Norway Day. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't know either.
But speaking of co-hosts, tomorrow we have got Effis up for the pre-war races, so it'll be nice to have him back in the booth. Sakura will be joining us for the evening races. It'll be nice to have him in the booth. And it's not confirmed, nothing's in paper, so if they don't show up, don't yell at me. But currently in word with someone from the Forza streams, not going to say who, to try and join us for the mini race, which is tomorrow, actually an hour before this stream started. So if you want to see that, get your butt signed up and come and race with us, because honestly, it might be the only time which you as an esports driver get put up on the big screen of the Forza space if you're not fast. So let's see what you can do. It'll be nice to see what everyone can do.
So, Metal, you don't do much racing, but you do some. Do you have any pre-race rituals you like to do?
I do, but I know you're going to giggle. Before any race I do, I go and sit on the toilet for 5 minutes. That's all I do. I make sure I am completely empty in, well, a way that I can say on stream, should I say. I think I killed Scotty. Either that or his internet is being supremely glitchy again. But, yeah, apart from that, before any races, I just really... I don't really know what I do, because I'm not a competitive racer. So, well, I enjoy racing, but obviously if there's money involved, then I get super serious. Also, Scotty, I can hear myself, so I know you're back, so hi.
Sorry about that, having technical issues with an echo. Yeah.
Honestly, after all the issues we've had, an echo I couldn't care for. So what about you, Scotty? Do you have any pre-race rituals? Do you sacrifice a pencil? Do you decide to draw a hieroglyph of a Ferrari horse?
No, generally I leave it last minute to do any preparation for a race. I just sort of throw myself into it, because if I do any preparation, I tend to get nervous and end up overthinking things. So for me, I just sort of throw myself into it. It will all work out well.
A man after my own heart, Scotty. I love you even more.
Except for the 2 enduros I'm doing next weekend.
Well, I wonder what an enduro could be next weekend. And I swear, if Aseo's not there for that, I'm actually going to fly to Norway and twat him. But, Scotty, would you like to have a laugh at what I've been doing today, whilst we wait for the whilst it gets underway?
You know what? I think you should save it for later. And think now, we should get ready to watch some racing.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Scotty. Well, there's no other way to put it. Well, here we go. Lights out, away we go here at Silverstone National Circuit once more, but this time we are bone dry, and this will be the layout of how they finish. So Mesa and Banana starting side by side as they are going wheel to wheel into Maggots and Beckett's already.
Banana's got the inside for Beckett's, and she's left Mesa out to dry on the outside. That's dropped him down to 4th position. Set down the Wellington straight towards Brooklands. Dapper with the acceleration going for P2 up the inside of Wren.
Oh, Banana goes very deep and twitchy, touching the back of Wren. Wren's got the inside of Dapper. Dapper has certainly got the speed over that NSX. However, Mesa is behind both of them. Dapper clips the wheel. They're going 4 wide on the final corner.
Fair play to Banana there, was on the grass, kept control of the car, not caused a crash, but Dapper with acceleration gets ahead of the pack, but everyone's firing it through the corner. Wren doing his best not to get into the back of Dapper and thus loses out to 4th. But Dapper now with track position.
From Wren there.
Yeah, Dapper with track position now. Can they hold on to this lead?
Well, we're only on lap 2 of 20, so it's going to be a real stretch for Dapper to try and get this. The only pray and prayer that Dapper has as they go wide and let Banana go past, never mind, is that it is no pit stops. So you can go flat out to the end, because, Scotty, I don't know about you, but have you ever been a bit screwed over in the pits? Where you've gone in before someone, but then thanks to Forza, you've come out behind someone?
I've certainly been screwed over by pit stops, probably in that manner at some point, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But as we head through Cops, Banana can carry much more speed, ducks underneath, and Mesa now trying to follow through too.
Dapper looking to hold on to the rear as they switch back on Mesa. Now, Mesa, there's nothing he can do. Dapper's got way more acceleration than him. All Mesa can do is tuck him behind the little Gregsmobile and hope that they don't lose too much time. Oh, as as Wren and Carver. And Carver tucks in behind Wren. I'm going to focus in on that. Wren and Carver battling it out. Wren is dealing with Carver on the inside line, struggling to try and get away from them. As you can see, Crow there tucking in behind, trying to get the draft off that little Golf.
It looks like Dapper's going to have to concede P2 for now, as Mesa dived up the inside going into Brooklands, nearly gone to the back of Banana, but just stopped in time, and Dapper didn't have the grip through that field to hang on to it.
Here comes Carver. Carver is on the inside of Ren. Ren, there's nothing they can do, but I think Ren has a tad bit more acceleration, or no, Carver is walking away a little. However, Ren is a lot more confident on those brakes. But confidence is nothing without a little bit of sheer stupidity from Carver. Ren looking for a switch back on Carver as he gets the inside on them. Still wheel to wheel, but Ren's going to have to concede fourth and tucking behind Carver for fifth, praying that Crow doesn't catch up.
Yeah, Ren, of course, with that 20 PI handicap, is just struggling slightly. But Carver doing it well to hold it around the outside of Brooklands, going into Luffield. And looks like he's going to be able to hold on to P4 now. And it's just going to be up to Ren to try and stay as close as he can. Although Carver, they're just running on the grass as they headed onto the Wellington Straight for a moment. But not enough to give Ren an opportunity.
Now Start and Infernus, right at the back, are going side by side as Infernus has massively more speed, very cautious on the brakes, and is... See, this just proves it doesn't matter where you are in the race, you are going to be fighting for a position, and Infernus is certainly fighting as he leaves the door open for Start to slide through with that power. However, Infernus has a much more straight line, and if they play it right, will be able to blow Starlight into the middle of next week. Starlight runs very wide on turn one, just helping Infernus extend his lead. Looks like the Fox Body Mustang not as good as the 69 Mustang. Who would have known?
Meanwhile, Ren's trying to have a look on Carver around the outside of Brooklands, but he's not able to find a way through, and now Crow's joined the back of this fight, making a three-way battle.
Ren is currently sandwiched between an angry American muscle car and a cute little German hatchback. The hatchback certainly has more straight line performance. Crow does not have that straight line performance. So as you can see, on a straight they all stretch out, but through a corner they all concertina together to try and jostle for positions.
We'll also need to keep an eye on the lead battle. Of course, Mesa won the first race ahead of Banana, so can he get past Banana to make it 2 for 2 this round?
Let's have a look at that battle for first place. Banana in that Lancia is doing fantastic work, but I don't know, my money's sort of on Mesa if I'm honest, because, well, mainly because of that paint job. Banana's got a Fallout 76 paint job, the worst Fallout game ever made.
It should also be mentioned, between the first race and the second race, we had a bonus sign-up in SVR Shrek, or well, formerly SVR Shrek, I should say, and they're trying to get past Sakura for P8 in a Acura Integra Type R.
Ooh, nice to have you with us, Shrek, and hopefully, if you're listening, we hope you sign up to most of the Heritage Festival events over this coming weekend. Going back to chat quickly, Robin said before, my preparation is forgetting about it completely until I suddenly get an invite. Yeah, that's Robin.
Although it's a fight for the lead, Mess has been trying to get past Banana. He's got his nose in front a couple of times, I've seen on the timing loop, but hasn't been able to make it stick yet.
Shrek is bouncing off that rev limiter trying to catch up to Sakura, but is not really gaining much ground because Sakura is slightly better through the corners but slightly worse on the straight, so they're quite even at the moment. Mesa still hanging on to the rear of that Lancia. And I don't know how a Lancia is going this fast. Usually it's broken down or rusted away by now. Oh, Mesa though going for the dive. However, he's on the wrong side to make anything stick, as Genji's on the inside line making it effective. Mesa though going for the switchback. Confidence move of the day so far. And Mesa being a slippery little banana, pardon the pun, and slipping past Banana into first place. Banana though can carry much more speed through turn 1, rubbing side by side with Mesa, saying, nah, first place is mine.
And at the same time, that Shrek was able to get past the curve down the Wellington Straight. They'll be looking to see if they can charge and catch Joubert ahead of them.
Banana had a little sim twitch there. That was, well, more than a bit bottom clenching, if you will.
Oh, and Shrek actually made a mistake going into Maggots and Beckett, so I think actually Sakura collected them. Might have missed the braking zone as Sakura's let them back through. So, a bit of an instant there going into Maggots and Beckett's.
So as we can see here, Shrek's car, and for some reason he's got Squidward dabbing on the side. I actually sort of approve of that, I like that. As they get severely twitchy, and I believe that means we've had... Star has DNF'd again! Very, very rough race for Star, this.
Rough indeed.
Hopefully next round will be better. Star saying he's done for the day. His car needs considerable more work. Well, Star, we certainly hope that your car gets the work it sorely needs.
Indeed.
Meanwhile, we're just over halfway through this race. And I would say the closest right now has to be Mesa and Banana, who are jostling for first position still. But this time Mesa is the top dog here, who has everything to lose. Oh, and Banana gets a major little sim twitch through turn 1 and loses a good half second to Mesa, but regains that by being very brave on those brakes.
Right, the question is also, can Shrek catch up to Joubert? Sakura slowed that progress down a bit, but they were 0.8 of a second faster than Joubert on that last lap. So with 9 laps to go and a 3-second gap, they should be able to catch, but the question is, will they be able to pass?
Which do you find actually harder, passing people or catching them?
Passing people, certainly, because they can actually slow you down. Chasing them isn't that difficult. It's easier to chase someone than it is to just drive on your own. So certainly passing then when you've got to make a move stick is certainly where it's more difficult.
Banana certainly putting all the pressure on Mesa, trying to turn him into a little bowl of Mesa soup of worry. However, Mesa collecting himself just like the icon on his card, the Predator, keeping calm, cool and collective, as everyone else is slowly spreading out now, with Infernus rounding off the pack at the rear. I wonder where Ephes is. Ephes is actually doing very well. They are trailing Robin in 11th place in that very, very, very beautiful Pontiac Firebird. Robin certainly appears to be struggling this round because it is a heavy turning base track and front wheel drive. Ooh, I would not say that is the weapon of choice.
Yeah, I'd say this track is maybe a bit of a weak one for front-wheel drive cars. Is you've got pretty much every corner is a long corner where you won't be trying to get on power early, but that front-wheel drive understeers just means you have to wait that bit longer. And so front-wheel drive cars probably going to struggle here and still struggle when we go to the international circuit, I believe we go to, for the final race.
Yes, we are going into the international circuit.
A couple of corners of the front-wheel drive won't hit as much, but you've still got some long corners there, such as Stowe and Club. Meanwhile, just been watching this Shrek see their progress on closing in on Gilbert. The gap's down to 1.7 seconds as they closed 6/10 out of them last lap. Let's see, as they just came over the line, a further 8/10 this lap. So that gap is closing, but they won't have too much time.
There's only 6 laps left, so Shrek knows there's only a handful of time left. And Robin in chat saying waffle fight. Oh no. Robin and Effis jostling for positions. Let's follow Effis for this. As Effis looks for the dive, Robin shuts the door on him. Effis needs to go for a switch back. He's certainly trying on the inside, the almost grinding doors, but Robin just has that superior straight line speed.
Shrek only took 0.2 of a second out of Gilbert that last lap, so this is going to come down to the wire. He's got the pace, but he's not quite consistent enough to give himself enough time at the end of this race to easily get a move done. It might be a last lap wonder. As Effis has now got back ahead of Robin.
Very well.
Robin giving a bit of a bump draft down the the Wellington straight there. A lot of smoke coming out of Sakura. Looked like they might have been drifting through that field there.
Something you certainly don't want to see, because as we all know, drifting is very fun, but it's not fast.
It
as
isn't
Mason
indeed.
Now is just pulling out a lead that is currently unmatched, and looks like it might be unmatched for the rest of the night, who knows. However, Carver is making a charge on Dapper for that final podium position. This is deja vu once again. Dapper and Carver. Carver absolutely bouncing off the rev limiter to try and squeeze every last little droplet of performance from that little Golf.
Will the dry weather give Carver that just a little bit more grip he needs to make the pass work, or will he be stuck behind for a second race in a row? At the same time though, Shrek is closing in on Gilbert. The gap now half a second, with 2.5 laps to go here.
Let's focus on them, shall we? So as we can see, Juba is under a lot of pressure from Shrek with only just over a lap to go. Will they be able to hold them off, as Shrek is already looking for that cheeky inside? Juba, oh, and Shrek has a tiny little snap from that Acura.
He's looking to try and get to the inside using the curb, but that just give him a bit of slip. So head through turn 1 now. Shrek with the bit of a bar exit, but then slides out wide
Ooh.
on the exit.
Shrek knows now there's only under 2 laps for them to actually make a move stick, and what makes it worse is these two are pushing each other so hard that Crow is slowly dropping back into the danger field of them both. So here's Jubert trying to hold that tight line. Shrek looking just to shave any tiny, incy, wincy, bitty, witty little bit of time. But Shrek just keeps on snapping on the exit.
Yeah, he closed up.
Yeah.
He was close enough, maybe trying to look for 1 or 2 opportunities, but then sort of had a bit of a messy end to the lap and is dropped back to 2 seconds. Meanwhile, a little further back, Effis and Robin are fighting once again. As Robin is looking to the inside of Effis as they head to turn 1. Has to back out of the move, runs quite wide on the exit.
All Jubert has to do is hold off Shrek until the very end, and then 7th is this. However, as we say that, Mesa is your race winner here at the National
Robin and
Circuit
Effis are rubbing door to door. Said as they come down to the Brooklands, Robin had the run down the Wellington Straight. Effis fires it back up the inside. Robin held
Last lap magic. Can Effis do the undercut? He's doing the undercut. Effis is doing the undercut. He's blocking off Robin. He's doing everything he can.
Alongside. He has the run. They get Forza connected, but I think that's Robin's. Robin's going to take P10 after great final lap battle between him and Effis.
My God. Robin and Effis, GG. Oh, Malanta, that was something else. So as you can see, your race winner, Mastersphere, coming in clutch once more with the fastest clean lap, I might add. Banana comes in second with the fastest lap, but it was dirty. The only 2 drivers to go sub 1 minute. Then we've got Dapper in third, clutching that final podium victory once more. Carver just outside of the top 4 with a terrible taste of deja vu once more. Ren comes in an impressive 5th with a 20 PI handicap. Crow coming in 6th with a 25 PI handicap after he dominated at the Circuit of the Americas, I believe. No, it was Virginia. Yes, it was Virginia last round. Pardon me, my brain is somewhere else. Jubik finishes in a strong 7th with a 10 PI reduction. Our sudden new returner, should I say. Shrek comes in 8th, Sakura in 9th. Robin rounds off the top 10 with a very close finish. Effis in 11th, and in furthest rounds off the pack in 12th place with our only DNFer, that being OBBG Star. Okay, Effis, you don't need to apologise to Robin. Robin has had so much worse done to him that you just rubbing his door is that's baby cakes. That's fine. That's nothing to Robin.
Well, as we now head to the international layout of Silverstone, it is worth mentioning, unlike the, or sort of like the Coda variation, this track shares nothing with the national layout of Silverstone. So technically, it's a completely different track. And so we might see a bit of a shuffle in the pecking order, depending on each car's strengths. But it should also be noted we have a partial reverse grid for this race.
Really?
We do indeed.
Is it the top half, top 3, top 5?
It is the top 50%, and so that would be the either top 6 or top 7 this evening, depending.
I would say top 6.
Well, it depends on how Crow is feeling, as he is the host.
So Scotty, will you be racing in any of the heritage events this weekend?
I might race on 1 or 2. I'm not completely decided. But with next weekend being very busy, as I mentioned earlier, I've got 2 endurances, which is going to mean I'm not going to have much time to myself at all next weekend. Plus the fact...
You think I have time to myself this weekend, Scotty?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm taking a slight bit of a break when I can. It's also a Grand Prix weekend, so I have to spend some time with the family. But yes, I may be popping in for 1 or 2, especially if some plans do succeed.
Ooh. Now, whilst we wait, this will be the final race of the night. But if any of you here seem like, if you think, this looks mighty fun, get yourself signed up in our Discord, sign yourself up, make your car, and we really, really, really hope to not only see you for the Heritage Festival tomorrow and Sunday, but also continue throughout with FTC, because we love having new races here and we only want to support good times and fun times.
Yes, it's always great to see new people around, and the more people there are, the more enjoyable this series are.
However, as we say that, are you ready to have your ears deafened for the 3rd time of the night, Scotty?
I am indeed. Let's get this reverse grid race going.
Mind you, Scotty, how is my volume on this compared to Discord?
Very similar. I'd say maybe a slight smidge quieter.
Okay. And here we go. Lights out, away we go here at Silverstone International Circuit, where Jubit makes a storming lead. However, he has got a bunch of angry, tense, and obviously now very tired drivers who are going to be seeking for that position. Here comes Crow on an early charge in that Camaro. Now, since there are more corners, it will help the corners. However, there are much longer straights, meaning the power cars will be able to walk away with great haste. Here comes Crow and Banana and Mesa. They're swarming they're swarming Jubert like an Egyptian plague.
Yeah, Jubert's been absolutely mugged off there by Banana and Mesa, as they're now fighting through Stowe. See who'll take the lead after the first lap. Banana with the insides, they head into the Vale chicane.
Crow's got the inside, but Jubert now will have the superior line. Oh, Ren giving him a little bit of nudge. Shrek getting a bit sideways. Dapper Turtle. Whoa, and Jubert gets a little bit of sim twitch. Ren overtakes Jubert after the sim twitch, dropping Jubert down to 5th place. Jubert's now under attack from Shrek. Shrek is now being followed closely by Dapper Turtle and Carver. Dapper Turtle and Carver sharing their positions once more, where Carver is still unable to pass the Greg's Mobile.
Messa's got the lead out front. He was held it through on the inside, through the final corner, through turn 1, and Banana just on the grass on the inside of turn 2, which give Messa the place.
Efficient just overtook Robin for 11th place. Very nice work there, Effis.
And now Dapper looking to the outside of Shrek through Stowe, doesn't have the grip to make it worse. But he's looking to the inside into Veal, not far enough alongside. There's a little bit of corner contact.
You see, Carver's hope now
Is that.
what? Yeah,
Is exactly that.
It's exactly that they got held up by Shrek, and Carver just slipped right through.
And Carver's not done quite yet. They had a look on Joubert, but the door is shut on them. As here comes Dapper and Shrek.
My word, they are jostling. Here comes Dapper on the inside. Carver's probably swearing a multitude of languages inside his vehicle. So
Banana's made a mistake up ahead and hemorrhaging positions. That's Crow and Renner already past. Joubert's going to get past here. Dapper's going to make it 3 wide for P4 as Carver flies past Shrek 2 down the hanger straight. Dapper on the inside.
Oh,
and there's
Juba
more
gets
contact.
squeezed. Dapper nudges the back of Banana. Carver gets past Dapper. Shrek gets past Dapper. Juba and Banana and Dapper 3 wide.
They're trying to make a 4 wide into the Veal chicane. That's never going to work. As Carver slides a bit with that front wheel drive understeer. Shrek gets onto P5, but Banana's
And
trying
this
to
is
take
even allowed
position.
Sakura to catch up to Juba.
Yeah, it's a 5-way fight for P5 now as Carver's looking to check out Banana's a look down the inside of turn 1. Can't make it work. Dapper's looking to get past Banana now, but Banana gets a good run through turn 2 and it's going to take P5. Dapper now looking for P6 up the inside of Shrek into turn 3. Joubert
Dapper certainly looking strong as that acceleration is really help. Whoa, and they get a light nudge from Shrek. Shrek backs off, allowing them to retain the position. However, Joubert has no such obligations. They're going side by side down the hanger straight.
Yeah, and that little touch has allowed Banana to start getting away as they're going side by side for third between Crow and Carver. Carver looking to the outside of the Veal chicane. Crow holding the inside, late on the brakes, just about gets the car hooked up, but Carver's now is going around the outside for the penultimate corner. Can he stick it through the final corner? He does indeed, and Crow has to slip in behind for P4 as Banana's carrying a lot of momentum, now having to go side by side through the final corner. A better
here comes Banana going past Crow.
Yeah, was just able to keep a tighter line through turn 1 and held the outside through turn 2. Crow looking to take the position back as Banana gets held up slightly behind Carver and does so indeed, but Banana looking to the outside. They come on through this right-hander which leads them onto the hanger straight. Banana not getting a great exit compared to the rest. Crow not having the acceleration to stay side by side with Carver, and actually Banana now gets side by side once again with Crow to the inside of Stowe.
Going late on the brakes, Banana manages to eke past Crow, but not by much. Banana will now have their sights set on Carver, who is currently being held up by Ren, who is in a healthy second place. It's nice to see them back up in contention once again. However, Carver will be looking to set that aside once more as Crow and Banana are jostling it out through the final corner. Crow does not have that straight line speed that Banana does, but Crow has the vastly superior cornering speed.
Meanwhile, we still have a 4-way fight for 6th just behind, with Shrek now leading the group ahead of Dapper, Sakura and
Banana's
Joubert.
gone sideways! as they spin out. Banana has spun out completely.
Yeah, they nearly came on track. They got on the brakes just a little bit too late, and Dapper had to take avoiding actions, falling down to 7th, and Jubert's looking to get past 2, and that put him at the back.
But this is where Dapper's little flea of a pea of a car will slingshot past on the hanger straight and make light work of Jubert's NSX.
But look at Jubert, he's just stuck behind now through Stowe, taking to the grass to try and find a way through, but unable to do so. Meanwhile, up ahead, Carver has managed to get P2 off of Wren and Crow, and he's a bit far back, nearly 8 seconds off of the Mesa in the lead. And so it looks like Messa's going to be making it 3 for 3. But Crow now challenging Wren to the outside of turn 3. Wren
Wren's
early
got
on the brakes.
inside. Wren very early on the brakes, actually, sort of handing the position over to Crow on a golden little spoon.
Not really, because
However,
Crow's all offline through the middle sector, and that allows Wren to have a power line through the right-hander and carries the speed onto the hanger straight. That gets him back ahead.
Crow tucks in behind for that draft.
But Banana now trying to recover some positions after a couple of mistakes. Is back up into P7 ahead of Dapper, having to defend.
Wren is grating the door of Crow, taking back 3rd place. Wren's drifting everywhere. Crow slips past.
Wren nearly hit the inside tire wall at the final corner, but looks like Crow's going to be taking 3rd for now if Wren can counter-attack. Meanwhile, Banana's trying to take 6th off of Sakura. They're side by side going into turn 3. Banana on the inside, Sakura looking to get the cut back, which they have done so successfully. A little bit of contact through that left-hander. Banana's got a sim twitch and is spun once again. Down to 9th place. After a bit of a squeeze, I must say, from Sakura, a bit more room could have been left. But now Dapper, making use of their acceleration, is up the inside going into Stowe. Can they get the car stopped and parked on the apex?
And I believe that is a DNF. Where does that DNF come from? Where's that DNF?
I think it might be Star.
Yeah, that is Star once again. There goes Banana getting past Jubert for 8th place.
Meanwhile, Wren's gone for a dive on Crow into turn 3 to try and get position 3 back, but runs it just a bit too deep. Crow gets the cut back, but at least I've got to be a bit careful now, because this battling's allowed Shrek to catch up in Acura. This is about to become a 3-way fight for the final podium position.
See, Crow is in a dangerous spot because he must know that he does not have the straight line speed to pull off that move on the place of track where he is.
Well, he's got track position for now, so he'll be looking to hold on to that.
But here's Wren trying to look, while Shrek is also trying to get the cheeky draft off the back of Wren. Not quite close enough to make it effective, but certainly trying nonetheless.
Yeah, Crow and Wren are in the fight for the lead of the championship, so ideally Crow would like Shrek to pass Wren just to take a couple more points off of Wren. I believe it would be Crow leading the championship, should things finish as they are. Meanwhile, further back Bananas got back into P6 after their couple of spins, and Juber's been trying to close in on Sakura for P8. Ren running out a bit wide there through Stowe.
Juba is certainly trying to catch, and I don't know about you, but that Clio of Sakura is not looking happy on this circuit tonight.
No, it isn't. As running wide there through the penultimate and final corners, that Gilbert up the inside. Can he hold it as they come down towards turn 1?
Star saying in chat, it's funny listening to people bounce off the rev limiter. Well, you got to ensure that you get every little last bit. Like Shrek is getting every little last bit, walking past Ren on the hanger straight, trying to get the inside. Will he be able to keep the move?
Ren looking for the cutback, but Shrek is able to cover it off. But that's left the door open for Ren to get to the inside of the Veil chicane. He's into the back of Crow though, and Shrek lets him take the position, but look at Shrek there. He's setting up for the better exit. He's not just trying to get the position right at that corner, he's setting up for the better exit, get it a few corners later on. But with these three still battling, it's about to become
Shrek
a four-way battle.
is putting significant pressure on Ren. Ren trying their best to not crumble.
Yeah, remember Shrek's the only one in this group of 3 that's not got a PI handicap, but this group of 3 has just become a group of 4. Bananas got onto the back of it.
This group is certainly destined for either greatness or destruction, as Banana's going to be looking for that dive.
They go for it, and they're even having a slight look on Shrek. Banana just didn't quite have the top speed to get alongside on the straight, had to do it on the brakes, and has done so, and is now going for a dive on Crow. That's just made more contact, and they've been half spun again. Luckily, Ren's corrected them the right way round, but that's a bit of ambitious dive there. There wasn't the space for it. And Banana lucky not to lose more positions in that, to be honest.
Crow is going to be under immense pressure soon, as both Shrek and Banana will be forefronting the attack on them for that final podium position.
And it looks like now as Ren's just got to the back of this pack, he doesn't quite have the pace to keep up with it, as Crow's going to try and hold on to it. Shrek now looking to the inside at Stowe, going for a move. Crow sliding through the corner. They get connected a little bit, but Crow's held onto it and is got the inside for the Veil chicane, but that turns to the outside through the penultimate corner. He cuts Shrek off, and that's going to allow Banana to get up the inside of Shrek now for P4. I imagine Banana won't be waiting long to try and make a move on Crow.
Crow is really having to put the work in here. There's only 4 laps remaining of this race, which means positions will come down to the wire.
Banana's got a bit of time, so it doesn't have to be overly ambitious as they sort of nearly were going into turn 3 there. Crow defended, Banana still had a look, but backed out of it just in time as Crow shut the door, and Shrek's now trying to look up the inside of Banana as they head into Stowe. Isn't close enough to make a move.
Now, as we can see, Mesa is in a very comfortable first. Carver is finally reaping the rewards of his patience as they currently sit in second, fairly unchallenged. But the true action is here in third place, where Crow has got SVR Shrek, well, rest in peace SVR, Banana and Ren all jostling for this final podium position. Shrek is currently the closest in contention, closely followed by Banana, then Ren, who's just up the road a little bit. Here comes Banana sliding past Shrek, making light work of them, but also here they come, try and make light work of Crow. Crow saying no, and
yeah, Banana, bit of an ambitious dive once again, managed to make that one work, and as Shrek was going to try and make it 3 wide, Crow just shut the door on him. But now Shrek has got up the inside through Stowe, and Ren is starting to come back into this battle, and is going to be looking to get ahead of Crow to maybe try and take the championship lead. But Banana and Shrek, with their full PI, are going to be looking to pull away from these two. As we have 2 laps to go, just 3/10 separate the championship leaders.
Ren's certainly looking to make amends for poor performance.
Oh! Shrek's gone to the tire wall and has bounced off of Crow.
They completely flew. That was a sudden shock on the stream.
Yeah, that tire wall very ruthlessly, as I believe Banana's had an issue. They've gone straight on at Stowe.
Yeah, Banana did have a brake issue.
That kind of looked like a controller issue, and he's going to have to make these 2 moves once again as we're heading on to the final lap. Crow now trying to regain that position from Ren, gets to the inside of the final corner, and that's given Banana the opportunity. Ren has a run on Crow but doesn't have the space, wedges into the gap. They nearly go 3 wide into turn 1. Banana with the grip is able to take Ren and has the run on Crow, looks to the outside now, but Ren, who's looking to the inside, Crow goes in deep though. That gives Banana now the inside for turn 5, sorry. And just closes Crow out on the exit, and that gives Ren the run onto the hanger straight.
Crow dropping down to 5th now, as this is the final lap. Oh, race winner for a hat trick, Mr. Macysphere.
Oh, Ren gets sideways through Stowe, and that allows Crow up the inside. I think there's a bit of contact there too. They head side by side, Ren on the inside into the final chicane. Although Crow's now got the inside for the final 2 corners. Ren nearly squeezes Crow into the tire wall, but they just get away with it. Ren nearly spins on the outside curb. Dapper, does he have enough acceleration to get through? No, not in time.
No.
Ren holds on to P5, Dapper takes P6, Jubert with P7, Shrek, an unfortunate P8 after a mistake on the penultimate lap, them into the tire wall, turn 5. Sakura takes 9th, Ephes does take P10 this time round ahead of Robin in 11th, and Furnace takes 12th ahead of Star, DNFing earlier on.
Well, that was certainly a race and a half. Would you agree?
It was indeed, and Banana calling their Lancia a death trap around Silverstone, which we've seen evidence of multiple times.
So, final finishing positions. Macysphere takes up podium once again for a hat trick Well done, Mesa. Then you have Carver in second. Banana actually finishing up in third after 3 spins. Crow in fourth. Dapper fifth. Jubit in sixth. Well done, Jubit. Shrek, after flying through the air like E.T., finishes up in seventh. Sakura in eighth. Effis in a very impressive ninth. Well done, Effis.
It's showing Ren here as DNF, although
DNF.
we saw him cross the line, so that must just be a Forza issue.
Okay.
Which is confusing, so thanks, Forza.
Yeah, okay. Jubit, I will not be, because I will be going to sleep very early tonight due to 4 live streams tomorrow from this channel. Yes, you heard right. 4. Good night, Star. Have a very good sleep. Speaking of Star, he was our only DNF, and Robin in 10th, Infernus rounding off the pack in 11th. So, Scotty, we've got to name the obligatory driver of the day.
Well, in a way, it kind of has to be Mesa. Dominant performance.
It has to be Mesa.
All 3 races, but honourable mentions to Crow and Ren fighting with that PI handicap.
Actually, for honourable mentions, I would have to say Dapper. I would say Dapper takes my second for honourable mentions.
Yeah, Dapper did a good job. It's not easy keeping a high acceleration, low grip car under control, and they did just that for 2. Let me just check, for a podium in the second race, so that was a good result from them. And also Carver getting a podium in the final race there, so they did well too. So a good showing from the new folks to the Super Cup.
Very, very good show. Now, the next time you will see FTC on TV will be tomorrow, 12 p.m. BST, for round 1 of 8 for the Motorsport Heritage Festival, continuing of FTC's racing side anyway, second birthday, and it's just beautiful. But I've got to say thank you very much for Scotty for joining me in the booth today. I apologise to fancy graphics out there, but Isaiah once again is travelling through the wilderness looking for trolls as he is on his travels, but we wish him safety and good times with his family. But until then, I will see you in approximately 15 hours for, well, round 1. But until then, Scotty, thank you very much. Did you have fun?
I did indeed. It has been a pleasure as always.
That's good to hear. I hope all of you had fun watching. I hope you had all fun listening. I hope you all had fun just being here in our wonderful bosom of embrace. But until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, be there for one another, have a good day, have a good evening, have a fantastic start to your weekend. The Heritage Festival is inbound. We will hope to see you there. Nighty night.